Hello, welcome to Miaou Crafts. Lovely to see you again if you're returning. Lovely to have you if you're new. Hopefully you like what you see and you'll stay along. So my name's Jill. I live in Cambridgeshire in England, and what else can I tell you? I have 4 children, 2 living in Edinburgh, 2 still at home. And I'm just returning to work after I've had I had COVID in 2020 and I was very ill, and so I've had 3 years off and I'm just starting to return to work now. So that's a little bit about me. I love knitting, crochet, sewing, painting, pretty much anything. I think the only things I don't do is make jewellery and cards, really. Although I did make cards actually for Christmas this year. So I'm sort of going off the subject now. So anyway, usual story in this podcast. It's all going to be all over the place, and I will just talk about things as I pick them up. And so yeah, I don't do professional organised sections, show notes, etc. You just, yeah, it's just what you get. Sorry. Anyway, right. What should I tell you first? Oh, first of all, I'll tell you what I'm wearing. And I've just realised, first thing I've fallen at the hurdles of is I didn't bring the pattern down to show you. So this is a new dress I've made. Let me just stand up. It's sort of knee length. I'm a really weird shape. I'm UK size 14 up here, 18 here, and sort of 12 further down. Sort of apple shaped, I think. So I have to do a bit of fiddling about with dresses. As you see, the fit's not quite right at the back here. I'm not quite sure what to do. I think it's just all a bit. I think I need to take some seams in at the back, but otherwise it's very comfy, and I do like it. So the pattern was one from Prima magazine, which if you're in the UK you've probably come across before. Abroad I'm not sure whether you see that or not. I'm trying to think now. I haven't got it for years, and the pattern I didn't actually get myself from the magazine. I picked it up at a charity shop for 50p. Usual story. And the material also came from a charity shop for, I think I paid £6 for it, which I felt was quite a lot actually. But still, I did like it. It's a very loose weave. I was very sceptical about how well it was going to sew and how it would keep its shape, and that's possibly why I've got this bagging around here actually, because I've maybe pulled the fabric out of shape a little bit. I did a bit of interfacing in the front just to sort of help it keep its shape, but I wonder if that's it. I wouldn't say I'm an experienced sewer or anything. I'm just a enthusiastic hobbyist, but aren't we all? Anyway, so that's the dress. What else shall I show you? Let's start with some finished objects. So I think I showed you this before, all finished, for my friend. Little cardigan with little pink buttons. This is so cute. This is by Marianna Mel. She does free patterns on Ravelry. I picked this one because I wanted one that would fit the baby when she was born, although looking at it I think it's going to be too big anyway. Most baby patterns I found, they do from 3 months, or they do 0 to 3 months, and I suppose a lot of the time you don't want to give a newborn baby cardigan to a baby because it's going to grow out of it really quick. But I think as a parent, if somebody gives you hand knitted stuff and you really like hand knitted stuff, you want to put them in it right from the start, don't you? Anyway, so little cardigan. So what else can I show you? All right, so this was something I was making last time, which I have now finished, and this was a blue baby cardigan set. This is a Serdar pattern, which I did show you before. So now I've put little buttons on. Cute little white buttons. They look like little poppers. I thought they were quite smart. And then I've also done a hat. Just a plain little hat. And a pair of mittens. That's those. There we go. It's a bit of a weird shape, but it's not, honestly. It's just the way it's folded itself up. And a little pair of booties, of which I can only see one at present. What I've done with the other one. There we go. So yeah, super cute. They're ready to go off now to the person that they are going to. So I'm going to hand those over this morning. Once I've found the other booty, which I definitely did have like a few minutes ago. I'll look for it afterwards. I won't spend my podcast doing that. That wouldn't be totally exciting, would it? Yeah. And then also, so this cardigan that I made, so the blue one was for a commission. This one is for a friend. And I also made her a little hat. I love this design. I have made this hat so many times because it is so flipping cute. How cute is this? And look at the way the decreases go. Isn't it lovely? It just sort of makes the sort of shape of the leaves coming round, doesn't it? So simple yet so effective, and I liked it so much that I made another smaller one as well. So this one hopefully might fit her when she's born. I'm hoping anyway. And that one for when she's a little bit bigger. So the pattern I used for that one is the Berry Baby hat. That's that one. And it is by Michele Sabatier. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And so I can show you the back. So I can show you, this is the chart you use for doing the leaves at the top. And look, she's done it in a little pumpkin one as well, in sort of in a slightly mild pattern. I think it's really pretty. Yeah, like I say, I've done it so many times. I've never had anybody not like this hat. They always usually go, oh my god, that's so cute. Free pattern on Ravelry, really great for using up your odds and ends. You can go wild with the colours, couldn't you? As you know, I've done different greens for the little things on the top. I've done purple, I've done pink, I've done blue. You know, anything can be berry, really, couldn't it? If you so decide. Anyway, so that's that. So I think that's all my finished objects. Oh, it's another sort of slight finished object. So my work laptop, I was making a laptop bag and I hadn't got buttons for it, and I've now put the buttons on. So there we go. So it doesn't really look that much different to last week, but it's all done. So the next thing I need to do is I need to make a little bag to put my headphones and the cable in. So I'm probably going to do effectively a drawstring bag, but I'm going to do it the same way that I've done this, as patchwork and with some padding in and a backing as well. And then I'm going to put a sort of a section divider down the centre so that the wires from the headphones don't get tangled up with the wires from the cable. And then I'm probably just making, like I say, like a drawstring bag that can go in my backpack when I'm cycling. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. The cats are also really pleased with this because apparently it is really nice to sit on. So it's covered in cat hair. Well, it's my own fault for having cats, really, isn't it? I can't really complain. You know what cats like. If I fits, I sits. And that one, they're just like, yeah, that's nice and soft. We'll sit on that. I think they have to try everything out. They're not too bad, actually, about sitting on my knitting. But actually, in retrospect, I think that's because I'm not too bad at putting it away, really, either. Oh, speak of the devil. Hello, Lily. You going to come and say hello? Here we go. Come here. There we go. Here's Lily. She doesn't like being held, though, do you? No, you're not going to be held. Oh, she's like, let me alone. I was quite happy till you did that. But you were going to walk in front of the camera, weren't you? And I wasn't happy with that. Oh well, she might be coming up again in a second. Right, okay, so that is the finished objects. Let me show you some works in progress now. So I wanted to do another little baby cardigan for my friend who loves pink. Oh, I'll show you the abandoned one first. So I started doing this one, and I think I really should look back at my old podcast, shouldn't I? Instead of going, oh, I think I've showed you this before, because I do this all the time. I have terrible memory problems. which is down to brain fog from long COVID, but I think it's also just down to middle-aged lady syndrome as well. Anyway, let me show you the pattern I was going to do. So I got it from this, which is Berger de France. And this is from 2013, 2014. And it's packed full of really beautiful patterns. And I don't know that there is a better picture of this. Yeah, that's probably a better picture. So you can just see this cardigan. I think it's really, really pretty. It's the one with the whole, yeah, you can see the whole of the cardigan on there. Whoops, you can if I hold it up properly. There we go. So, really pretty cardigan. I started in the bottom. So you can see this is coming out really nicely. However, I realised how long it was going to take and also how big it was going to be, despite the fact that it said 0 to 3 months, I think. It might have said 0 to 6 months, actually. I mean, it's a bizarre size, isn't it? Because a baby, newborn baby, is a very different size to a 6-month-old baby, isn't it? But then I guess babies are all born different sizes as well. So anyway, I got that far in and I decided I was going to get bored very quickly and I probably wouldn't get it finished in time either. So I decided to abandon that one, and I picked up, move some things out of the way, I picked up this book. So this is a book I've had on my shelf. Oh God, it's a bit of a mess. All the books have fallen over. It's because I've taken a load of books out because I've been looking at other stuff. This is my craft book shelf though. All the books here, my craft books. And I picked out from this shelf this, which is Debbie Bliss's Simply Baby, which is quite an old book. And in fact, I got it from the, it was a, what do they call it? When libraries have it in and then they decide they're not going to have it in anymore because nobody wants to borrow it. I can't remember. Oh, withdrawn. It even says so on there. Withdrawn. So I bought it for a song. It's always a good idea, actually, even if you're not like a major library user. A lot of libraries, particularly the small ones, I've noticed, they will quite often have a big trolley full of books which have been withdrawn. So they're ones that obviously they have to take books off the shelves to make room for new ones, and so as a consequence they, oh, hang on a minute, no, don't do that, no Lily, no Lily, sorry. She was trying to play with the tripod. Oh, sorry, now she's jumped on top of the chair. I've got the tripod balanced on a chair in front of me and she's now decided to climb on the chair. This is not going to end well, Lily. Can you get down, please? Come on. Don't yet. Don't hit. There we go. Right. Okay. You might see. There you go. There's Lily. Just walking in front. Lily. Sorry for the wobbling. We'll see if she gets off in a minute. If not, then I'm going to remove you, aren't I? Yep. Come on. Down you go. Down you go. Because you're going to be a pain otherwise, aren't you? You're going to sit down. Oh, she's having a lie down. Okay, fine. Right, let's carry on. No. No. Oh, no. No. You're just a monkey, aren't you? Yes. Yes, you are. Can you go down? Thank you very much. Go on. I think I'm going to have to edit this bit. Come on. Off you get. Oh, my goodness. Right. So, I've shut her out. Hang on. Let me put the camera back where it was. More or less. I think so. That's about right, I think. Sorry about that. Interruption by cat. Okay, so I was showing you this book, wasn't I? That's right. And I was saying that library books are often, when they're withdrawn, they tend to leave them in a big sort of trolley, particularly in the smaller libraries I've noticed, but I think sometimes in the bigger ones too. And quite often they'll sell the books off at a fairly cheap price. Usually pay like £1 or a couple of pounds for a book, and it's always worth looking for because I find that it's often the more niche, esoteric, eclectic stuff that gets put on one side, so that gets withdrawn. So it's worth having a look through just to see if you can find, you know, something that appeals to you. even just, you know, novels and stuff like that. But anyway, I found quite a few craft books have gone on there, and this is how I got this one. So I think I probably paid £1 for it. So anyway, long ramble. The short thing is, this is the cardigan that I am now making. This is the lace edge cardigan by Debbie Bliss. Really pretty pattern, as you can see. I've now finished making the cardigan, and I'm just doing the lace edging. Where is it? Oh, it's in this bag. It's in my mushroom bag. So there we go. This is the cardigan. So you can see it's just quite a simple shape. I went for this bubblegum pink because this is a colour that my friend really likes. And I just thought it's pale enough that it's not going to be overwhelming on a small baby. And then I've started knitting the lace border. So I was doing this yesterday. Really, really simple pattern. Literally, you follow the pattern once and then it's like, oh yeah, I see, this is really easy. And then you can just pick it up and follow it. And I just sat doing this while I was running a car boot sale with my friends yesterday. So this was my 6 AM project. I didn't do very well at the boot sale. I took all my handcrafted stuff and I sold a bit, but not that much really. So, but it's the first time I've done one. I didn't really know what to expect. But it was good fun. We had good fun, and it was nice to be there and have a laugh with my friends and what have you. So yeah, cardigan. And so I've just got to do the edging on that, finish the edging, and that's fine. Yeah, so that's from that book. So what else am I on with at the moment? So I'm doing just lots of baby stuff, don't I? Oh, there's the other booty. There we go. Good, I hadn't frost that. Right, let me tell you about some acquisitions then. I've only really got one to share with you. I can't believe I only bought one thing. I definitely bought some knitting patterns. When I went to Miaou, the charity shop that I go to, they had quite a lot of knitting magazines, and so I had a quick flick through and I found a couple of patterns, one for a toy doll and one for a toy cat, both of which I really liked. So I got the magazines for £1 each, and I've just kept those. I kept those patterns out. I've got quite ruthless with magazines because it's so easy to keep them and think, oh, I might want this, I might want that, and you end up just with a huge pile of magazines. And when you actually come to make something, of course, you never actually go through them all, do you, and look through them all, because there's just too many. So I've got quite ruthless now, and I go through and I just think, right, do I really like that? Am I likely to make it or not? Yes or no? And if I am likely to make it, I take the pages out, I trim the edges off so that they fit into an A5 plastic pocket, A4 plastic pocket sleeve, and then I put them in a binder, and I've sort of grouped similar ones together. So I have one for toys, I have one for baby stuff, I have one for blankets, one for shawls. I've got quite a few, but I do use them then. And this is why I've got this one, the baby berry one. Although this isn't from a magazine, obviously this is a printout from the internet, but this, as you can see, I printed it out, and I make sure I've got the title on it and a picture, and it's in the plastic pockets, and then it goes in my file, and I know exactly where to find it every time I need it, and I do come back to it again and again. So quite often I find I will go and look through those patterns, perhaps even before I go and start looking on Ravelry for stuff. Right, so acquisitions anyway. I was saying about, oh, that's right, because I was telling you about the patterns, which I am not showing you, so I don't know why I'm bothering to tell you. Sorry, it's probably really annoying hearing that, isn't it? Anyway, acquisitions. I was in my next town along on Friday last week, and I saw this bundle, beautiful bundle of cotton and bamboo yarn. And as you may have noticed, this is not the usual sort of colours that I go for. But I thought I'm going to get this because I have got this. Isn't this just adorable? Absolutely adorable. there are 12 flower fairies. If you've ever come across the flower fairies, they are absolutely beautiful. They were illustrations originally by somebody called Jill Barklam, and the pictures are just beautiful. I wonder if there are some of the original pictures in here so that you can see. Yeah, there we go. I hold it the right way up. Yes, I am. Aren't they just absolutely beautiful? Really, really beautiful. And so she's used them. Who's made these? Claire Cooper has used those illustrations and created these absolutely beautiful patterns. Now this I got as a welcome gift to Simply Crochet magazine. And I will be upfront and say it is the only reason why I signed up to the Simply Crochet magazine, was because I wanted this. I think you can buy these in a book as well. I think there's a book published with these in. The magazine is quite interesting, but I'm gonna cancel the subscription because it's not that interesting to me. I'm definitely more of a knitter with crocheting on the side rather than a crochet with knitting on the side, if you see what I mean. So I love crochet, absolutely love crochet, and it's perfect for creating things like this, absolutely perfect. But I'm definitely more of a knitter. So, but I have seen, if you watch Crafty Clegg's, I find it's hard to say, Crafty Clegg's Creations, she's a crocheter. She does knit as well, but she loves crochet. She's from Manchester, I think so, Manchester area, north of England anyway. And she's done one of these. She's certainly done the holly one. So if you want to see what they look like when they're actually done, and here I talk about how to actually do the pattern and things, because they are definitely patterns for people who are quite skilled in crochet, which is why I'm a little bit nervous about having to go about this, because I wouldn't call myself skilled crochet. I would say I'm more of an intermediate. So we'll see how that works out, shall we? Yeah, so that was it. That's my acquisitions. So because I've got lots of cotton, but not in these sort of muted shades. I've got much more brighter shades, and I just thought, no, you definitely need the muted shades for that one. So I think that's actually about all I've got to tell you today. Oh, I did make another dress actually, which maybe I'll wear next time I'm doing a podcast. I call it my spring dress. It's a beautiful sort of blue fabric, and it's got a bird just sort of in the centre bit here. Ooh, see, it's riding up. I'm not sure about this dress actually. Yeah, that was curtain fabric. But this is something that I have discovered. I'm like I say, I'm a bit of jack of all trades, master of none. I think I'm not that skilled a sewer. I'm not that experienced, and I was quite happy to do that one because it involved just cutting up some old curtain material. So, but my partner bought me some absolutely beautiful material to make dresses out of, and I am too scared to cut into it. I've had it since the summer last year, and I really need to just get over myself and make the dresses. Although I part of the reason for doing this one was because I wanted to see if this style was nice and if I liked it, because then I was going to do one of the dresses in this style. I'm not sure really how flattering this one is, to be fair, and also it's much longer than I expected, and I'm going to need to take it up probably about 6 inches. I think I want this to be on the knee, and it's quite a bit below, and I think that's looks a bit dowdy on me, really. But yeah, I think that's about it really. It's all I've got to tell you. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for still being here at the end if you haven't got bored of my wittering. And I will see you next time. Bye.